Hey guys, what's going on? Gearend here, bringing you another video where we're going to be going into an interesting topic. We're going to be discussing what if Natsu and Lucy never met at the port in episode 1, and what if they went their separate ways after defeating the bad guys. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy this video. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting video where we're going to be discussing what if Natsu and Lucy never teamed up, and we're going to be discussing how big of an impact that would have been in the Fairy Tail series. So let's say go back all the way from the beginning. So let's say Natsu and Lucy, they never met. Lucy was never charmed by the guy who was tricking everyone using his sort of magic. She was never tricked by that. She never even came to that town. And Natsu, of course, was just doing his normal thing where he was on mission, where he was just trying to find the fake salamander. So let's say that part of the story went as normal. Natsu found the fake salamander, he was able to defeat him. Well, technically he wasn't able to defeat him because he was on the ship, and the only way the ship went onto shore was because of Lucy, because she was able to summon Aquarius at the time. So if Lucy was never on the ship, that is the first big impact it would have had on Natsu's life, because Natsu would not have been able to defeat those enemies because he would have been seasick because of the dragon sort of, you can say it's like a dragon illness they have, where they can't really go onto motorized vehicles or even ships. So that is the first big impact it would have had. So let's go on to the next big impact, so after the fight. So let's say for example it was miraculously the ship did go ashore without Lucy's help, and Natsu was able to defeat the fake salamander, and then he went back to his guild. Lucy would have still been on the path where she wanted to join Fairy Tail, so she would have been a little bit behind, and Natsu, and probably even Happy, would be deciding on what to do for the next job, and maybe even introduce a new member instead of Lucy as part of their sort of team. So Natsu would go on his mission, and as he is on this mission, Lucy comes and she joins the guild, and she gets her guild mark, and she decides to just chill out for a bit before going on her sort of mission. So again, that would also impact the series, because remember in the first couple of episodes where the first mission that Natsu and Lucy ever went on was about this author who was forced to write a book that apparently was so terrible, but thanks to Lucy unlocking the secret of the book, she was able to see the true potential of it. So that is another thing that would have been missed if Lucy was never with Natsu, because most likely Natsu would never figure it out. So let's go a little bit into something bigger instead. So now let's talk about the Phantom War arc, Fairy Tail versus Phantom. So that fight, let's say if Lucy never even joined Fairy Tail to begin with, that fight would never have happened, because nobody would be hiring Phantom to take Lucy from Fairy Tail, because Lucy isn't in Fairy Tail. She is doing her own thing, she's going on her own adventure, and there'd be no point of somebody, well, Phantom, the guild, going to war with Fairy Tail. So technically Phantom, the guild itself, would still be alive in this day and age, and technically Gajiel, Juvia, they would never have joined Fairy Tail. So that is another big impact that would have happened within Fairy Tail, because those two characters who are very pivotal to the Fairy Tail sort of storyline would never have joined the Fairy Tail guild, and they would have been still part of Phantom, which is, of course, you could say it's a dark guild because they weren't really as joyous and they were doing very bad stuff. So that's another thing that this encounter would have, if Natsu and Lucy never met. And now let's go even further beyond that. So let's go into the Fairy Tail Grand Magic Games, where the Fairy Tail crew had to be part of the Grand Magic Games, of course. And let's go into the part where it had to deal with celestial wizards opening the gate and opening the keys using their zodiac keys. Technically, if Lucy was never part of Fairy Tail, and she technically had no reason to be part of the Grand Magic Games, the eclipse that happened would never have happened, because she had the other zodiac keys that were required to open up the eclipse door. So that is another thing that would have happened, because that would have been a vital part of dragons. Well, it would have been us missing out on a potential future that could have happened, and it would have really stumped Natsu's sort of powers, because he really did gain a lot of power in that fight versus the future Rogue, who had the abilities of both Rogue and Sting, and he was also on a dragon which was friends with Ignial, and using both their powers they were able to defeat the future Rogue and even destroy the Eclipse, which was like a huge power for Natsu. So Natsu's power would definitely have been impacted very badly by him not meeting Lucy, because even though meeting Lucy was sort of like a friendly thing and it was a great thing for him to do, it would have really impacted Natsu's power a lot, because he wouldn't be going on those quests where he would be able to, or even missions would never happen if Lucy was never around, because his power would be still the same, because he would never have any powerful opponents to be versus. So that is really more or less what would have happened. Well, a brief summary of what would have happened if Lucy and Natsu never met and Lucy never joined Fatal. Let me know what you think of this type of video, and if you want to see these more type of videos in the future, let me know in the comment below, and also put down in the comments if you are this far into the video. Just comment below if in capitals if you want. Comment that down below if you're this far into the video, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care everyone, and peace.